We say good evening and welcome to everyone that is tuning in to our YouTube page at WCYN Sports as we are inching our way closer to our volleyball action here tonight. Harrison County and Nicholas County. Little from the 38th District action. So we mentioned our Harrison County Match of the Week being brought to you on this Monday night by Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. You can check out Keith Pope and his staff on Facebook or check them out by stopping by. They're located at U.S. Highway 62 east of Cynthiana, just right there on the right before you get to Eastside Elementary School, or give them a call, 621-3705, 621-3705. They can help with any automotive needs you may have. Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. They have brought us our Match of the Week throughout the season and continue to do that as we are about 3 weeks from getting this postseason underway. So you mentioned both these clubs will be involved in the 30th District Tournament taking place over Robertson County. Well, I'm going to wait and see, of course, I'm sure how the week goes. Harrison County, so we mentioned going into district play, 4-0 on the year, as they have done a great job. As far as the schedule goes, this is their last, that's not true. They've got one more district matchup, and that's over Robertson County on October the 4th, as their other district matchup goes. As far as this Nicholas County Ball Club, they've got a very busy week. When you look at their schedule, they have got tonight, of course, with Harrison County. They'll follow that up with a trip, actually going home on Wednesday night with Pendleton County coming in, and then a trip to Robertson County on Thursday. So they are seeing all three of the 30th District Tournament this week. We're just about a minute or so from getting the lineups and stuff introduced here and get this match underway. Harrison County and Nicholas County, they met earlier this season. The Phillies winning that 3-0. And let's go to Assistant Athletic Director Scott Fields.
Tonight's varsity match features the Nicholas County Lady Jackets versus the Harrison County Ladies. We have non-family members for these three moving parts. The Harrison County School System requires matches to do more than school ratings. We appreciate your help. At this time, start lineup for Nicholas County. Number 17, Megan Blunt. Number 24, Katie Swanson. Number 21, Callie Hall. Number 11, Mackenzie Young. Number 22, Lauren Trottle. And number 12, Kylie Irvine. And now for the Harrison County Ladies. Number 7, Jessica Collins. Number 10, Anna Harlan. Number 9, Brooke Webb. Number 22, Jenna Hogan. Number 11, Jackson Swanson. Number 34, Emma Rinker. And number 18, Marissa Sanchez. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we have to please stand and move the hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
There's our national anthem for tonight. Lineups are being introduced to you by Assistant Harrison County Athletic Director Scott Fields. As we take a look at the floor, Harrison County will go right to left in their black and white as well as maroon outline numbers. Nicholas County obviously going left to right, and their white shirts with Nicholas County across the front and the blue numbers as well. Just moments away, which should be a very interesting matchup, Harrison County and Nicholas County. Always a big rivalry when these two schools get together. Nicholas County 8-9 overall, 3-8 in the region, 1-2 in district play. Harrison County 4-0 in district so far this young season. So young, we're 3 weeks away from postseason. Harrison County with Jenna Pope, Brooke Phelps, and Lexi Schweitzer up front. Emma Reniker, Hannah Mullins, and along with Marissa Taylor in the back line. But as I say that, Jessica Florence will check in more than likely for Mullins, but we'll double check in. It will be for Hannah. We'll get you Nicholas County. Megan Plank up front. We'll get you who she's joined by in just a moment. Emma Reniker will get this stuff going. She's a sophomore for Harrison County. Here we go. Nicholas County will dig it out immediately. We can get it back into the play of Carpenter. Carpenter the libero tonight for Nicholas County. Schweitzer tips it back over. Plank goes back to Carpenter. Carpenter back to Plank. Across the net we go to Taylor. Taylor Reniker. Reniker goes to Pope. Pope goes for the kill. But Nicholas County does a nice job digging it out and getting it back. And as I say that, we'll see Phelps turn around and knock the ball over. Harrison County takes an early lead at 1-0. First set, JV Harrison County winning that one earlier tonight. Carpenter tries to dig it out, and she does. She knocks it out of bounds. Her Phillies up 2-0. Kylie Earlywine in the back line beside Carpenter for Nicholas County. Reniker, Carpenter will dig it out. Nicholas County tries to get it over and trying to tip it over up front with Schweitzer, Katie Schweitzer, but Schweitzer's not able to get the net up, so the Phillies will go over 3-0. Reniker gets ready to serve once more and then gets it across. Plank goes for the kill, and she does a great job. Buries it right behind the Harrison County line, and Harrison still leads 3-1. Megan Plank gets ready to serve here. Plank leads the team with 72 kills. Nicholas County will go to their bench for the first time here this evening as they bring in Leah Hurst. Hurst up front. He's joined by Callie Bell. Plank gets it across the net. And she does. Florence will dig it out. Reniker tips it up, and Schweitzer tries to dig it out of the net, not able to do it. Phillies still up 3-2. Nicholas County putting a couple of quick points up on the board. Final member of that unit out there is Earlywine for Nicholas County. Florence will dig this one out. Reniker will then turn around and set up. Will set up Phelps, gets it across, continues in play. Reniker back across. Plank will dig it out. Moving it around, doing a nice job. Nicholas County, as Taylor hits the floor. Pope will do the same, but she's able to get it across the net. And she does. Nicholas County will hit the only one hit the ball a couple of times, and officials say, nope, can't do that. Makes it 4-2. Jesse Carpenter will come in for Plank for Nicholas County. Jenna Pope, the senior, or actually that's Lexi Schweitzer, the junior, getting ready to serve. Schweitzer will dribble the ball a couple of times and gets ready to serve. Phillies up 4-2. Gets it across. Digging it out is Carpenter. And as she does, Hurst went to get the ball, instead gave away thinking someone else was coming in, and nobody came in. 5-2 our score. Phillies back up by 3. They've led by as many as 3. Carpenter digs it out. It's a ball, continuing to move the ball around is Nicholas County. That's Schweitzer gets it across. Pope sets up Taylor, who goes for the kill. A little too hard, out of bounds it'll go. 5-3 our score. Harrison County going to their bench, bringing up senior Devin Covert. As Schweitzer has a seat. Covert will join the back line of Florence and Taylor. Getting ready to serve is Katie Schweitzer. Schweitzer gets it across for Nicholas County. Covert touches the ball. Florence digs it out to Taylor. Back across we go. This to Schweitzer. Continues to move. Nicholas County returns it. Goes back to Florence. Florence Reniker. Reniker to Pope, who goes for the kill. Nice job by Carpenter. She'll keep it alive. Get the ball back across. This to Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Covert. Covert to Taylor, who goes for the kill. Carpenter, another nice dig, but a little too hard that time. Out of bounds it'll go. 6-3 Harrison County with a 3-point lead. Hannah Mullins will check back in for Harrison County as Jessica Florence has a seat. And the senior Brooke Phelps will get ready to serve. Harrison County's led by about three times now. Phelps gets it back across. Moving the ball around. That's Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Carpenter. And she gets the ball across. Phelps will get a hand on it, but not able to do anything with it. Actually, that was Tolliver for Nicholas. 6-4 score. Callie Bell will serve. Go straight into the net, and Phillies go up 7-4. Amy Reniker will have the seed as Harrison County goes back to their bench. And Phillies get ready to serve. Nicholas County began to make a little noise. It's Jenna Pope, the senior, getting ready to serve. The Harrison County still talking for a minute or so, and finally we'll get everything situated as the official writes down what he needs to get. Pope will serve. We'll turn around as Nicholas County returns it. Florence gets it back to Taylor across. Move the ball around. That's just Sydney Carpenter. Schweitzer then goes back. Florence digs it out. Goes to Pope. Pope finds Mullins, who tips it over. And as she tips it over, she'll get her straight into the hands of Hurst, who's not able to do anything with it. Makes it 8-4. Phillies up by the biggest margin of 4 points. Pope will take a look over at Coach Towson. He'll give her the sign of where to go with it. And here we go. Pope gets it back, this time to Hurst. Hurst to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes up. The official says no, you can't carry, and that makes it 9-4. Phillies up by 5. As mentioned, the Phillies did win their first matchup back on September the 13th. 3-0 was the final. Pope gets it up, and as she does, she will get it across the net and serves it to Bell, who's not able to do anything with it. Makes it 10-4. Back we go, and as I say, that Schweitzer will hit the floor, but not able to do anything with it. Makes it 11-4. Phillies up. Biggest lead they've had tonight. As the ball ends up out of bounds, point will go to Nicholas County. Makes it 11-5. Nicholas County going back to their bench, and Plank will check back in. Megan Plank, and as I say that, Leah Hurst will be doing the serving. Hurst with a couple of dribbles. Back across the net we go. Florence digs it out. Pope then sets up Taylor, who tries to tip it over, but is not able to get across the net. Not close enough to the net as it goes. Point goes to Nicholas County, 11-6. Sydney Carpenter checks back in for Nicholas. Ball served. Florence is not able to dig it out. Makes it 11-7. And Nicholas County picking up 3 quick points here. Our next match of the week, as we mentioned, a week from tomorrow, as Campbell County comes calling. Lady Campbell, 7:30 start time. Ball served that time. Served that time by Hurst, and Hurst has it down before it gets to the net. 12-7. Our score. Phillies will take over. Marissa Taylor, the sophomore, gets ready to serve. Harrison County will see Covert have his seat as Lexi Schweitzer checks back in. And Taylor gets it across to Plank. Plank to Carpenter. Carpenter back to Plank. Plank goes to get it across. Pope basically defends herself, gets the ball up in the air as Florence and Mullins kind of run into each other. Both hit the floor. The point goes to Nicholas County, makes it 12-8, and Jackets will take it back out and get ready to serve. Lauren Tolliver will serve, and a little too hard, and out of bounds it'll go, and Harrison County will make it 13-8 as they get ready to take the ball back over. Nice crowd on hand for a Monday evening. Joey Hill out there, freshman for Harrison County, along with Phelps. Taylor will try to save it, but she had her back to the net, knocks it out of bounds. It's 13-9. Phelps, Schweitzer, along with Hill out there. Pope, Taylor, and Florence, Harrison County. Ball gets up. Taylor will hit it out. Schweitzer goes and gets it. Get back to Taylor. Nice job by Harrison County. Nicholas County gets it back into play, trying to dig it out that time. And not able to do much with it was Mackenzie Davenport, who was checked in the ball game for Nicholas County. Makes it 14-9. And Marinniker checking back in for Harrison County. She'll get ready to serve. Hill has a seat. Phillies back out with their starting lineup. And Marinniker back across, and if she does, she'll go straight to Davenport, who knocks it out of bounds, makes it 15-9. Play to 25. And has to win 3 sets, and we're in set number 1. Marinniker gets it back across, and Carpenter comes out and digs it out. This time to Schweitzer. Continue to move the ball in play as Nicholas gets it across. Marinniker digs it out, and now back across the net. Schweitzer. Schweitzer gets it back, and Plank tries to tip it over, and as she does, she'll end up knocking it out of bounds. 16-9 score. Harrison County with the lead. Marinniker gets ready and will serve. Schweitzer trying to get it back up, not able to really get it up high enough to do anything with it, and makes it 17-9. Marinniker across. This goes to Carpenter. Carpenter, Schweitzer, and Schweitzer barely gets a hand on it and not able to do anything with it. And Nicholas County wants to talk about it as they're trailing by their biggest margin of 18-9. Being brought to you tonight by Keith's Auto Repair, KAR Towing. Any automotive needs you may have, they do it all out there. From them brand new tires to getting oil changes, all the way up to major work, they can do it and help you out. It's KAR Towing. So he said they can help you anytime you have a need. They can come get it, take care of it, and bring it back to you. And check them out on Facebook. They're located at U.S. Highway 62 East right there on Onville Avenue. Or give them a call, 621-3705. 621-3705. It's Keith's Auto Repair, KAR Towing, bringing us our Harrison County Match of the Week here on WCYN. 18-9 score. Harrison County's led the entire night. Biggest lead so far at 9. Nicholas County calling that timeout, and we'll get ready to get this game back underway. And Marinniker still serving. She's joined by Florence, Taylor, Schweitzer, Pope, and Phelps out there for the Phillies. Back across. Coming up with it will be Carpenter. She'll get it across the net. The Florence digs it out. Marinniker sets up Taylor. Taylor with the tip. Plank digs it out. Plank gets it to Schweitzer. Back to Plank. Plank goes for the kill. Florence digs it out, and Marinniker then comes up with it. Taylor returns it back across we go. Carpenter with the dig for Nicholas. Schweitzer sets up Plank, who goes for the kill. Florence hits the floor, but that's all she's going to hit. 18-10 her score. As Nicholas County's Plank will be able to get that in. Hurst will check back in for Nicholas County. Hurst, Bell, and Schweitzer on the front line. That's Carpenter. She's joined by Plank. And the final member of that unit out there is Earlywine. Nicholas County will get the ball to fall in. Makes it 18-11. Mentioned about 3 weeks from postseason. These two teams may meet one more time. 38th District Tournament scheduled over for Robertson County. Plank across the net. Florence digs it out. Florence will knock it out of bounds. Makes it 18-12. Back to a 6-point lead. Phillies were up by 9 a moment ago. Megan Plank with a couple of dribbles. little more than a couple of dribbles. Finally, she'll get ready and goes across. And she does. Taylor gets a hand on it. It was more of a defend in her face. Knocks it out of bounds. 18-13, back to a 5-point lead. I mentioned Nicholas County, one senior and one junior on this club. Tolliver, the senior, actually. Plank gets it across and back underway. Bell to Schweitzer across the net. Winniker then turns around and sets up Pope, who goes to the kills. Plank hits the floor. And they're not able to do anything else. And Harrison County will go up 19-13. Checking back in, this will be Jesse Carpenter. Plank has a seat for Nicholas County. Lexi Schweitzer, the junior, gets ready to serve. Back into play we go. Nicholas County moving the ball around. We'll get it back across the net. Harrison County's Taylor gets it up to Carpenter. Carpenter not able to do anything with it. Knocks it out of bounds, 20-13. They got two Carpenters on the floor. Jesse Carpenter and Sydney Carpenter. Sydney is the libero. Lexi Schweitzer gets ready to serve. Lexi will get it across. Moving the ball around Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes to Bell. Actually, that's Hurst. Hurst not able to do anything with it. 21-13. Schweitzer's been dangerous. One of the dangerous servers this season for Harrison County. We've seen her go on several runs on her match of the week. Carpenter, Schweitzer, back to Carpenter. Sydney gets it across. Taking it out this time will be Schweitzer. Winniker to Phelps. Phelps gets it across. Nicholas returns. Park goes up for the kill. And she'll get it to Barry in. 22-13. Back to a 9-point lead. It's the biggest lead the Phillies have had. Second time tonight. We're in set number 1. Got to win 3 of them to take the match. Schweitzer back across the net we go. Carpenter digs the foul as she goes to the floor. Hurst back to Carpenter. Winniker digs it out to Pope. Pope to Phelps. Phelps tips it over. And it'll fall in front of Bell. And as it falls in front of Ball, makes it 23-13, 10-point lead. Appreciate you spending a little bit of your evening with us here on WCYN as well as our YouTube page. Lexi Schweitzer gets ready to serve, and across we go. Back across the net we go as Hurst returns it. Gets it back to Pope. Pope then to Taylor. Taylor goes for the kill. And Taylor nearly knocked a Carpenter down as the ball hits in front of her. 24-13. And Harrison County going for the set. Couple of spins and across we go. That's Jesse Carpenter. She tries to dig it out, but nobody's going to be able to find it, and Harrison County wins set number 1, 25-13. 25-13, your final and set number 1. We'll get ready for set number 2 in just a matter of moments. We'll take this chance to remind you that we are being brought to you this evening by Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. They're your complete automotive repair place. As I said, they can take you anywhere you need to go with KAR Towing, and they can do pretty much anything that your car may need done, from maintenance, oil changes, tires. Yeah, they can sell tires, and they can take good care of it all the way up to major work. They can do it all. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call, 621-3705, 621-3705. Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing bring you tonight's Harrison County Match of the Week. We'll remind you that a week from tomorrow night is our next match of the week. Tuesday night, October 3rd, we'll be here at the Hilltop as the Lady Camels of Campbell County come calling. Try saying that quickly. And that'll be at 7:30 will be a start time that evening. We'll be back here on the radio, WCYN 1400, as well as 101.3 and on our WCYN app, as well as the YouTube page of WCYN Sports. That will be a week from tomorrow night. As we mentioned, just 3 weeks counting this week in regular season play. Phillies are back in action tomorrow night here at the Hilltop, as they will have Bracken County coming in. That should be an interesting matchup. It's a 7:15 start, kind of an unusual time, 7:15. They'll follow that up with, on Thursday night, making the trip to Montgomery County. That is where the 10th Region Tournament will be played in about 5 or 6 weeks from right now. We play Montgomery over there. Then on Saturday, it'll be really busy at the Hilltop as the Phillies Fall Fling Always fun and a lot of stuff. A lot of teams come in for that. It was a big event throughout the volleyball world. That'll be on Saturday here at the Hilltop. Then next week, Robertson County on the 4th, over there on the 5th. The game here at Campbell County with Campbell. October 7th, they get to make the wonderful trip up to Taylor Mill. And against Covington Scott, which, speaking of them, we'll see their football side of things this Friday night at the Hilltop as Eagles take on the Birds. October 12th and 14th, we'll wrap up regular season play here on the 12th with Newport Central Catholic, and then make the trip down 27 to take on the Lady Colonels of Bourbon County. That's the way the Phillies schedule looks from here on out. So I mentioned going into play, Phillies 15-7, 12-0 in the region of 4-0 so far in the district. See if they can keep that undefeated streak both in the district and region if they can hang on tonight. Taking set number 1. Harrison County, as we get ready to start the second set, the front line, we're going to see Brooke Phelps, Lexi Schweitzer, also getting the start out there for the Phillies. Is Lily Watson. Lily Watson, a 5'10 freshman. First time we've seen her on the varsity gun in our matchup. As far as our time goes here, Jessica Florence, Marissa Taylor, and Jenna Phelps out there. Brooke Phelps, Jenna Pope out there as well. Trying to read the roster here because I'm not used to Watson being out there. Megan Plain gets ready to serve here and get this match back underway for Nicholas County. She'll hit the ball, and Florence thought it was a little farther back than it was. It'll fall in. Nicholas County makes it 1-0. Kylie Earlywine also getting the start along with Sydney Carpenter in the back line for Nicholas County. Plane goes up and hitting the floor. Just like that will be Watson, and she's not able to do anything with it. 2-0. Nicholas takes a quick early lead. Mackenzie Davenport. And Davenport also joined out there by Callie Ball. We'll get to the final minute in just a moment. Schweitzer gets it back up. That's the Schweitzer out there as well. Davenport gets it across the net. Florence will dig it out, goes to Pope. Pope this time to Phelps, who goes across. Nicholas returns. Taylor back to Pope. Pope to Schweitzer. Schweitzer a little further away from the net than she thought she was. Went for the kill and couldn't do anything with it. Nicholas County goes up to 3-0. The junior, Megan Plain, gets ready to serve. Plank with a couple more dribbles and beating the ball down into the dirt. Finally gets it back across. Taylor will dig it out, finds Pope. Pope, Schweitzer for the kill. Nice bit of work that time. Gets it back up to Davenport. Davenport back to Taylor. Taylor to Pope. Jenner goes back to Marissa Taylor. Back over to Carpenter. Carpenter, Schweitzer. Schweitzer tries to go to ball, but ball ends up in the net and not able to do anything with it. Checking in for Nicholas County will be Sydney Carpenter. Actually, no, Sydney's already out there. That's Jessie Carpenter. This play has a seat. Emmy Winokur also checking in. She came in for Watson. The sophomore. Emma Winokur gets it across. Back underway we go. Ball. Try to go to Schweitzer, and Carpenter comes up and gets it across. Winokur returns, and time Schweitzer hits the ball into the net. It'll fall in, makes it 3-2. Nicholas still with a 1-point lead as Winokur gets ready to serve once more. Emma, across we go. That's ball back to Davenport. Davenport tries to get it across the net, and as she does, she'll hit it into the net, and the Phillies will tie the set at 3-all. 3-3 our score. Winokur gets it back across. That's Carpenter, Jessie Carpenter. Gets it back to Schweitzer. Schweitzer, Davenport, across the net we go. Taylor digs it out to Winokur. Winokur sits up Schweitzer, who goes for the kill. The ball will fall between Schweitzer and Carpenter as Lexi Schweitzer gets it to fall in. 4-3. And Marinica, Harrison County with their first lead here in the second set. To the cross. So Schweitzer for Nicholas will tip it across. Back to Phelps. Schweitzer digs it out to ball. Back to Katie Schweitzer. It's a back over. This time to Taylor. Taylor, Reniker, Lexi Schweitzer. Lexi goes for the kill. Katie Schweitzer comes up to Jesse Carpenter. That'll be Florence digging it out. Florence to Reniker. Reniker to Pope. Pope gets it to fall in. Makes it 5-3. Could not have placed that ball any more that time as Pope went up for the kill. Went across the floor and got it to fall in. 5-3. Phillies up by 2. Reniker gets it back. Nicholas digs it out. Davenport finds Sydney Carpenter. Sydney gets it to fall in behind the Harrison County back line. Makes it 5-4. Checking in for Nicholas County, Lauren Tolliver. Lauren, a senior, the lone senior. As Katie Schweitzer gets ready to serve for Nicholas County. Davenport and Ball also on the front line with Tolliver. Lexi Schweitzer digs it out to Reniker. Reniker gets it to Poe. Poe goes across the net. She'll get it to fall in. 6-4. Sydney Carpenter in for Jesse Carpenter for Nicholas County. Lexi Schweitzer gets ready to serve. The junior. We'll take a look at Coach Tolson on the bench and get the sign and gets ready to serve. 6-4 score. Nicholas took about a 3-point lead to get this set going. Harrison's been able to bounce back. Carpenter digs it out, and it'll hit the top of the net, falls over. Taylor plays it off the net, goes it to Lexi Schweitzer to Reniker now across. That's Katie Schweitzer to Tolliver. Tolliver across the net. Reniker went to Phelps. Phelps too far back and hits into the net. 6-5. Harrison County still with a 1-point lead. Phillies going back to the bench, bringing in Devin Cover, one of the 6 seniors for the Phillies, as Schweitzer has a seat. Getting ready to serve will be Callie Ball. Ball gets it across the net. Florence digs it out. Florence to Reniker. Reniker, Jenna Pope for the kill. And a foul in front of Sydney Carpenter, 7-5. Phillies up by 2. Jessica Florence has a seat. Hannah Mullins will come in. So one senior for the other for the Phillies. Brooke Phelps gets ready to serve. Phelps gets it across the net, and nice play by Hurst. Hurst to Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Pope. Pope tried to dig it out. She got it up in the air, but nobody was able to come and get it. So Phillies serve by a point. Jesse Carpenter came off the bench, ran in there, and she did. Megan Plank will come in for her. That was very strange. But nevertheless, Plank will now in the front line with Arlewan and Tolliver. Nicholas County will serve. Plank gets it to Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Plank. Tried to go for it. Harrison County's defense and Mullins, along with Taylor and Pope, got up and just knocked it out of bounds. Makes it 7-7. Lady Jackets able to tie the match. Leah Hurst gets ready to serve. Hurst across we go, and it fell in. Phillies thought it was going out, so they kind of watched it. Lady Jackets back up by a point at 8-7. They led early in this set. Leah Hurst gets ready to serve. She's joined by Carpenter and Schweitzer in the back line. Plank early one and Tolliver up front for Nicholas County. And that'll hit straight into the net, and we're tied at 8-all. Phillies will go back to their bench. Emma Reniker will have a seat. As Lily Watson, who got the start, the freshman, back on the floor. Jenna Pope gets ready to serve. Senior takes a look at Coach Tolson. Nicholas County will go back to their bench. I'll get you who came in a moment. This host has a seat. Pope gets it back across. That's Carpenter digging it out to Schweitzer. Schweitzer tries to set up Tolliver, who gets it across the net. Pope, Florence. Back to Culver, who goes across. Carpenter, Schweitzer. Tolliver goes for the kill. Florence, a nice job, digs it out. Ball's tipped back over by Watson, and it will go out of bounds. Makes it 9-8. Nicholas with a 1-point lead. Tolliver will get ready to serve. Early Wine, Plank, and Schweitzer up front. Carpenter, along with Davenport in the back for Nicholas. Watson will get the ball over. Plank will go up, and she does. Mullins, nice job returning. And they're going to say Nicholas County out of line, and we're tied at 9-all. And doing a couple of dribbles this time. It'll be Taylor who serves. Carpenter digs it out. Tolliver, Carpenter across the net we go. Florence digs it out. Ball tipped up, goes over. Plank tried to get to it, not able to do it. It'll fall between her and the net. Makes it 10-9. Phillies up by a point. Couple more dribbles, and Taylor gets it across. Carpenter digs it out. It'll go out of bounds, but Schweitzer will go following. Tolliver tries to get it across and not able to do so. 11-9. 4 hits was what the actual call was as Plank went on and sent it over, but he only hit it 3 times. Taylor back across to Plank, digs it out. Schweitzer back to Plank. Plank tries to tip it over as Pope stretches out and hits the floor. 11-10. Harrison County up by a point over Nicholas County. You're listening to the Harrison County Volleyball Match of the Week. Ball back underway. Florence to Pope. It's time to Plank, who tips it over. Taylor digs it out. Pope sits up. Taylor goes back across the net we go. Davenport, Schweitzer, Plank tips it over. Taylor way up in the air to Pope. Back to Florence, who now goes over. That's early wine to Plank. Schweitzer across the net. Florence digs it out. Pope now way up in the air. And that's Lexi Schweitzer who gets it across. Plank gets it for the kill. Florence digs it back for Harrison County. Jenna Pope goes up with it. As Mullins getting across the nets. That's Schweitzer. Plank. Laying out for it is Pope. She'll get it back across the net. Plank returns. Florence back up in the air we go. Pope this time gets it back across to Schweitzer. Lexi gets it across to Plank. Taylor with a dig. Continuing play is Pope. Back to Schweitzer. Across we go to Nicholas County side. Continuing on. Schweitzer to Plank. Plank tries to tip it over. Harrison County tries to return it and ends up out of bounds. As we're tied at 11-all, Nicholas will pick up the point. A lot of action on that play then. Tolliver has a seat. Davenport gets ready to serve. Mackenzie Davenport. Actually, that's Callie Early Wine serving it. Ball goes over. Harrison County's Mullins hits it too hard, and just like that, Nicholas back up by a point at 12-11. Callie Early Wine gets ready to serve, and here we go. Coming up with is Taylor. Taylor to Pope. Pope gets it to Schweitzer. Schweitzer too hard, out of bounds, and just like that, Nicholas up by 2, 13-11. Early one back across. Florence with the dig. This time to Pope. Pope across to Schweitzer. Goes for the kill. Carpenter's able to save it. Schweitzer tried to get it back to Plank. A little too far from Plank. Not able to do anything with it. Nicholas County still up by a point at 13-12, but the Phillies get ready to serve. Jessica Florence, one of those 6 seniors, gets ready to serve. She'll take a couple of dribbles, glances at the Harrison County bench, and here we go. Carpenter digs it out. Back to Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Plank. Plank for the kill. Harrison's defense, nicely done by Schweitzer and Phelps. Continuing to move on. Taylor to Pope. Pope to Schweitzer, goes for the kill. Carpenter hits the floor. The ball hits the floor as well, and we're tied at 13-all. Remind you, Friday night, Harrison County Thoroughbred Football. Covington Scott comes calling to the Hilltop. 7:30 scheduled kickoff. Thoroughbreds trying to make it 2 in a row. Ball put back into play. Schweitzer for the kill. Hurst gets a hand. Not Hurst. But Schweitzer gets a hand on it. So Lexi Schweitzer for Harrison knocks it over to Katie Schweitzer of Nicholas. And Katie Schweitzer can only get a hand on it. Out of bounds it'll go. Phillies back up by a point. Jessica Florence, couple of dribbles. Lebo gets it up and across the net we go. Plank just barely gets a hand on it, and down it'll go. 15-13. Phillies up by 2. Phillies taking the first set, as we mentioned earlier this evening, 25-13. We're in set number 2. Florence back across. Carpenter hits the floor, but is able to keep it alive. The plank to Carpenter. Carpenter across the net. This to Taylor to Pope. Pope to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes for the kill. Carpenter hand on it. Plank back across the net. Taylor. Taylor Pope. Pope finds Watson. Watson across the net we go. Back to Plank. Plank goes for the kill, but Florence digs it out. Pope back across the net. Nicholas County. That's Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Plank. Plank to Schweitzer. That's Taylor. Taylor back to Lexi. Lexi to Carpenter. Carpenter to Katie Schweitzer. Plank goes for the kill. A little too hard. Out of bounds it'll go. Phillies up 16-13. We've seen some great action. A couple of plays here in this set. Phillies lead by 3 at 16-13. And Jessica Florence gets ready to serve. Back across the net we go. Carpenter with the dig. Back over to Schweitzer to Plank. Plank to Florence. Florence to Pope. Pope to Taylor across the net we go. That's Katie Schweitzer. And that's a Plank who will tip it over. Harrison County hits the ball and is able to return. I thought it was one too many hits, but apparently not. Nicholas County keeps it alive. Florence. Florence to Pope. Watson across. Katie Schweitzer. Continuing on, and Nicholas County returns, and as they do, Jenna Pope lays out and hits the floor, but barely gets a hand on the ball. It'll run out of bounds, 16-14, as Nicholas will pick up the point. Megan Plain gets ready to serve once more. Schweitzer ball, along with Hurst in the front line for Nicholas. Carpenter early line and Plank in the back line for Nicholas County. Plank gets it across. That's Taylor, Marissa Taylor to Lexi Schweitzer. This time to Brooke Phelps, who gets it across. Katie Schweitzer. The ball hits it out of bounds. Phillies up 17-14. Plank will have a seat as Sydney Carpenter checks next. Jesse Carpenter checking back in for Nicholas. And then Reniker coming in for Watson. So Reniker, Florence, and Taylor on the back. That's Pope, Lexi Schweitzer, and Brooke Phelps up front for Harrison. Emma gets ready to serve, and across the net we go. This time dug out. Schweitzer to Sydney Carpenter. Taylor hits the floor, is able to dig it out this time to Reniker. Reniker to Lexi. Lexi back over to Taylor. Taylor this time to Reniker. Reniker to Pope, who goes for the kill. And barely getting a hand on is Jesse Carpenter. Out of bounds it'll go. Phillies up 18-14. Emma Reniker will get ready to serve once more. As I mentioned, she had a big run to close out that first set just a little bit ago. Couple of dribbles by the sophomore. She'll go back up and across we go. And Nicholas County, I don't know if they weren't ready or what, but she serves the ball. They just kind of watch the ball fall amongst them. Ball back into play. That's Katie Schweitzer to Sydney Carpenter. Back to Schweitzer, who tries to tip it over. Nice defensive work by Phelps, but Nicholas County keeps it alive. Back across we go. Reniker to Pope. Carpenter back with it. She'll return. Lexi Schweitzer. Schweitzer to Reniker. Reniker to Taylor. And as Taylor gets it back across, Sydney Carpenter will lay out in the center of the floor, but not able to get to it. 20-14. Phillies back up by 6. Biggest lead they've had here in the set. Emma gets ready to serve again. Back across the net we go. Davenport this time. Back across, and Nicholas County getting a couple of hands on it, and that's about all they can do. Nicholas County wants to talk about it. 21-14. Phillies up by 7 here in set number 2 of tonight's matchup. So I mentioned we're back with you a week from tomorrow on October the 3rd. That Tuesday night, Campbell County comes calling. We'll be back on the radio side of things, on the YouTube page as well, next Tuesday. Harrison County, as I mentioned, back in action tomorrow night here at the Hilltop as Bryan County comes in. And the trip to Montgomery County later in the week. And then, of course, the Phillies Fall Fling will be at the Hilltop this Saturday. Nicholas County gets ready to get back into play. Nicholas, a very busy week, as we mentioned. They've got Robertson County and Pendleton County this week as well, as they have big district matchups. And Mary Reniker gets ready to serve. Reniker, Florence, Taylor in the back line. That's Lexi Schweitzer, Phelps, and Pope up front. Playing back in for Nicholas. Reniker with it. Schweitzer digs it out to Ball. Ball is Sidney Carpenter. Carpenter sees Florence. Reniker. Pope goes for the kill. But digging it out will be Nicholas County. Carpenter back across. Florence now with the dig. This goes to Reniker. Reniker to Schweitzer. Lexi gets it across. Now Katie back to Sidney Carpenter. And the ball will fall just shy of Jessica Florence to make it 21-15. On Tolliver back in for Nicholas County. Tolliver joined with Leah Hurst up front and Callie Ball. Ball put back into play. Florence digs it out. Reniker to Taylor for the kill. It'll fall just in. Nicely done that time. You couldn't have placed that ball much better. It's Conley Earlywine not able to get to it. Plank has a seat for Nicholas County. Earlywine, Carpenter, and Schweitzer in the back line. Ball along with Tolliver up front. Along with Hurst. Harrison County's Pope goes for the kill. She'll get it to fall in there, 23-15. Harrison County winning that first set just a little bit ago. 25-13. They lead right now 23-15. Biggest lead they've had here in the second set. Back across we go. Lexi Schweitzer doing the serving. As she does, we'll see Earlywine, but she can't do much than put a hand on it. 24-15, and so the Phillies will go for set point here. Lexi will take a look at the bench and then come across with it. Schweitzer digs it out. She'll get it back across the net to Reniker. Reniker to Pope. Pope to Taylor goes for the kill. Nicholas County doing a nice job keeping it alive. Tolliver back to Florence. Florence Reniker. Reniker to Pope who goes for it. And a little too hard. Out of bounds it'll go 24-16. So Nicholas staying alive here in set two. Culver checking back in for Lexi Schweitzer for Harrison County. Nicholas County getting ready to serve. That's Ball. Callie Ball gets it across. Florence digs it out. Reniker. Taylor. That's Sidney Carpenter. Back to Katie Schweitzer. To Tolliver, who gets it back across the net. Reniker to Pope. Pope across to Taylor. A little too hard, out of bounds. And Nicholas County not done. 24-17 as they pick up a couple of quick points. Phillies only needing one more point to win this set. Callie Ball will get ready to serve. Ball back across the net. Dug out this time by Culver. Reniker to Taylor. Carpenter. Tolliver. And across the net we go. Harrison County will continue to move the ball into play. Phelps. Schweitzer returns. Florence gets a hand on it. Keeps it alive. This time to Reniker to Phelps. Back across the net we go. Ball falls in. Falls in front of Ball, and just like that, Phillies win set number 2 by a final of 25-17. Phillies go up 2-0 as we'll get ready for the third, and with their hope in the final set here this evening. Tonight's match being brought to you by Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. Check them out on Facebook. They're located U.S. Highway 62 East, right there on the right, just on the edge of Vaughnville Avenue. They can help you out with any automotive needs you may have. They're a complete auto repair. Keith Pope and his staff do a good job out there. Check them out on Facebook or phone 621-3705, 621-3705. Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. Well, we looked at Harrison County's schedule. Let's take a look at Nicholas County, as they've got a busy few weeks as well. After tonight, they're in action on Wednesday night back over at Nicholas playing Pendleton. 7 o'clock is set for match time. They followed that up on Thursday night with a match against Robertson County, and that will end their district play. So they've got a busy 3 games in district. October the 4th, they will make the trip to Berea. October 6th, they're over Nicholas County as Bracken comes in. And October the 7th, they'll wrap up the season as they make the trip to Bath County. So that is the way the season looks for Nicholas County. Taking a look as far as some of their, as we mentioned, going into play tonight, they have won 6 of their last 8 matches. Quite a little run. They've been a little streaky this year. They started the year with a win against Robinson and then lost 5 in a row, including some to Maysville, St. Pat, Augusta, and Mason County. They would then turn it around, knocking off Fleming County back on August the 31st. Lost a couple more after that. And then went on this little run. Won 3 in a row. Berea, Perry County Central, and McGoffin County. And then lost to Harrison and back on the 13th. That was mentioning Coach Frogner's 500th career win. Knocked off Mason, knocked off Bath County. Fell to Fleming, and then knocked off Maysville St. Patrick last week 2-0. That's a match up in Maysville against the Lady Saints. So that is the way their season has looked so far. We mentioned the Phillies are back in action here at the Hilltop as they will be playing Bracken County. That's a 7:15 start tomorrow night. Our next, and then they follow that up with on the 30th on Thursday night, the trip to Montgomery County. And Phillies fall fleeing on Saturday. Our next match of the week, as we take a look at that, will be a week from tomorrow night. As Campbell County, tough 10th region opponent, one of the top teams in the 10th region, will come calling. Campbell County on the year 6-12. We mentioned later this week, Harrison makes the trip to Montgomery. The Lady Indians 19-7. They're 8-2 in the region, 4-0 in district play. Mentioned they're also hosting the region this year, so not an easy place to go. Top 2 teams in the region playing on Thursday night over in Montgomery, Harrison County and Montgomery. Officials checking their paperwork, making sure that we're going to get who we got in. Harrison County will go with Whitaker. At the moment, Mullins, along with Taylor in the back line. Pope, Lexi Schweitzer, and Phelps up front. Jessica Florence will check in just a matter of moments. Plank is joined by Katie Schweitzer. Also up front for Nicholas County will be Callie Ball. Joining them in the back line will be Mackenzie Davenport. She's followed by Sydney Carpenter. And the final unit, member of that unit, to be honest, can't read a number from up here, so we'll have to see who that final member is in the back line in a moment. Emma Reniker gets ready to serve. Mullins does have a seat for Harrison County as Florence checks in. We start the third set. Phillies up 2-0. Sydney Carpenter tries to go up with it. It'll fall in. That final member for Nicholas is Kylie Earlywine. So Phillies up 1-0. They jumped ahead in the first set, but fell behind in that second set to begin both sets. Sydney Carpenter tries to dig it out, and as she does, the ball will end up falling out of bounds, and Mackenzie Davenport not able to do anything with it. Phillies go up 2-0. I said that because Davenport was the closest player to it. It would have been a hard play for anybody. Emma gets it back across, barely across the net, but it will fall in front of ball, and Phillies up 3-0, and Phillies with a quick lead here. Won the first set 25-13 and won the second set 25-17. They did knock off this Nicholas County team back on September 13th, 3-0. Carpenter tries to get it across the net. It hits the top of the net, falls back on Nicholas County's side, makes it 4-0. Not a good start for the Lady Jackets. And across the net we go. Early one, Schweitzer too far from the net. She tried to tip it over and a little too far to do that. Makes it 5-0. The sophomore with a couple of dribbles. She'll glance at the bench, gets the sign, and comes across with it. Sydney Carpenter. Schweitzer that time went for it, and as she did, she gave away to Callie Ball, and Ball gave away to Schweitzer, and the ball falls in. Makes it 6-0. Emma back across, this time out of bounds, and Nicholas County will pick up their first point here in the third set. Megan Plank, the junior, will get ready to serve, and checking in will be as Davenport has a seat. The official questioning something and changing the ball, and we'll get ready to get this back underway. Checking in for Nicholas County will be Leah Hurst as Mackenzie Davenport has a seat. 6-1 our score. Harrison County with a 5-point lead. Plank gets it across, dug out by Taylor. Taylor finds Phelps over to Pope. Pope back across we go. Schweitzer tries to get it back across for Nicholas County, not able to do it. Plank has a seat as Josie Carpenter checks back in. And Lexi Schweitzer, the junior, will get ready to serve for Harrison County. Phillies up by 6, 7-1. Biggest lead they've had has been at 6 a couple of times now. Official still getting everything and paperwork done. No motion, I'm ready, let's go. Lexi Schweitzer will serve the ball. Gets it back up this time. Early one digs it out to Schweitzer. Schweitzer the ball back and out of bounds it'll go into the Harrison County bench, and Phillies up 8-1. Nicholas County wants to talk about it. So we'll take a quick timeout, and while they're doing that, we'll remind you that tomorrow evening we've got a little Cincinnati Reds baseball here on WCYN. The Reds making the trip to play the Chicago White Sox. First of 2 games up in Chicago. That'll be tomorrow night here on WCYN. Got the Reds and the White Sox on Wednesdays, and City Vinyl on Thursday evening, and Harrison County football on Friday night. Reds back at the Hilltop looking for win number 3 on the year, and their second in a row in the district is the Eagles. So Scott come in, flying from Taylor Mill. And Saturday we've got a little more Reds baseball, so a lot of sports and programming over the next few evenings. 8-1 our score. Harrison County leading the way here in the third set. They're hoping this will be the final one. Nicholas County has to win the set to keep the match alive, as they have dropped the first 2 sets. Schweitzer will serve. Plank will dig it out to Schweitzer. Back to Carpenter across the net we go. Is to Taylor. Taylor to Whitaker. Taylor with the back across. Out of bounds it'll go. 8-2. Lauren Tolliver, this lone senior, will check in for Nicholas. As Katie Schweitzer gets ready to serve for Nicholas. Schweitzer across the net we go. Florence digs it out. Harrison County still moving the ball around. Getting it across will be Nicholas County. Gets it into the corner. Does Hurst, and point will fall in 8-3. Hannah Stefanik will check in for Harrison County. She's kind of snuck in there. I didn't realize she was in there. Schweitzer gets ready to serve. Harrison up by 5 at 8-3. Back across we go. Stefanik kicks it up. Gets it back to Reniker. Reniker to Pope. Across the net we go. She'll get it to fall in behind Ball and Carpenter, and makes it 9-3. Harrison County will pick up the point of the ball as Hannah Mullins comes in for Jessica Florence. Mullins, Taylor, and Pope in the front. Emma Reniker, Stefanik as well as Brooke Phelps in the back for Harrison County. Phelps will serve the ball. Carpenter digs it out. Nicholas returns. Reniker. Taylor for the kill, and she does. Nicholas can't do much with it. Ball will fall in. 10-3 our score. Back to the biggest lead of 7. Get that ball that went flying out of play a while ago, back into play. Brooke Phelps comes up with the serve. Carpenter digs it out. Early one will call it. And a little too far from the net that time. As Hurst tried to dig it out, but not able to do so. 11-3. Back into play we go. That is Carpenter. Carpenter to Hurst, who gets it across to Schweitzer. Schweitzer back across to Hannah Mullins, who goes for the kill. Hannah will get it to fall in. 12-3. 9-point lead. Senior looking to try to end this thing, is leading 12-3. Harrison County with the lead. That's Ball. Ball to Tolliver. Gives way to Hurst. Back across the net we go. Reniker to Pope. Pope goes for the kill. Carpenter hits the floor but keeps it alive to Tolliver. Continues on. Early one. Back across. This to Pope. Pope then goes to Mullins. Mullins too far from the net as she went for the kill. The ball not able to get across the net. 12-4. Score Nicholas with the ball. Taking it out and getting ready to serve will be Callie Ball. Ball gets it up into play. Florence digs it out. This time to Emma Reniker. Reniker to Mullins. Mullins this time will get it across the net as she goes for the kill. Gets the ball to fall behind. The Nicholas defense makes it 13-4. Phillies going back to their bench and brings in Kylie Hudgens, one of those 6 seniors. And Pope gets ready to serve for the Phillies. Pope gets it across. Carpenter hits the floor and hits the ball. The ball goes into the bench and makes it 14-4 as it goes out of play. Pope, Florence, Stefanik in the back line. That's Hudgens, Taylor, and Mullins in the front line for the Phillies. Back into play we go. This is Hurst. Hurst to Tolliver. Tolliver gets it across. Hudgens comes up with it. Back to the Pope. Taylor gets it back across. Harrison County's Florence. Pope. Back across to Carpenter. Carpenter to Ball. Back we go as it continues into play. Pope gets it. Taylor goes for the kill. Ball tries to dig it out. Ends up out of bounds. 15-4. Harrison County with their biggest lead of 11. Hurst along with Tolliver on the front line for Nicholas County. Jenna Pope gets ready to serve, and Pope will get it across to Tolliver, and Tolliver too far from the net, and nobody will catch up with it. Other one also the front line for Nicholas. Ball, Schweitzer, and Carpenter in the back line. Jenna Pope gets it across, and it'll be Hurst to Carpenter. Carpenter to Tolliver, and Tolliver across the net we go. Stefanik digs it down, goes to Pope. Pope finds Mullins, who goes across. And he'll barely fall in. It was awful close. Official said, yeah, it fell in. Makes it 17-4, 13-point lead for Harrison County. Set number 3. The Phillies taking the first 2 sets, 25-13, 25-17 over Nicholas. Jenna Pope back across the net we go. Schweitzer digs it out. Back across, this time to Florence. Florence to Pope. Pope, Taylor goes for the kill. That'll be Tolliver digging it out. Continuing on, Nicholas returns, goes back to Pope. Pope, back to Mullins. Mullins across the net. Ball's tipped by Earlywine. Earlywine returns, goes back across to Pope. Pope to Florence. Florence to Taylor. Tries to go for the kill. A little too far from the net. The ball will go into the net. Makes it 17-5. We've had several rallies here for both these clubs. They've done an excellent job. Nicholas County will get ready to serve once more, and this is Leah Hurst. Hurst with a couple of dribbles, goes back across the net. We go. Florence digs it down, not a play, it'll go. 17-6. Nicholas picking up a couple of quick points. Sidney Carpenter checks back in for Ball for the Lady Jackets. Hurst will serve again, and then this time Taylor goes to a knee, digs it out, back to Pope, to Mullins, who goes for the kill, straight to Carpenter. Sidney can't do anything with it. 18-6 our score. And coming off the bench will be Madison Reniker, the sophomore for Harrison County, as Taylor has a seat. First time we've seen Madison in play tonight. She's had some big moments throughout the Phillies season. She'll get ready to serve. 18-6 our score. Phillies up. Madison across, and digging it out will be Tolliver. Back across the net, Florence. This to Pope. Pope to Hudgens. Hudgens back across to Plank. Plank, Carpenter back to Plank. Lexi Schweitzer back in. She'll come across and hit the ball too hard. Out of bounds will go. 18-7. Lauren Tolliver gets ready to serve for the Lady Jackets. Mackenzie Davenport out there with Sidney Carpenter. Ball will go over. Yeah, it's touched. Out of bounds it'll go. 18-8. Earlywine, Plank, and Schweitzer out there for Nicholas County. Tolliver will serve. The senior gets it across. Madison Reniker. Florence. Reniker. Back across we go. Carpenter with a dig. Davenport. Back to Carpenter. Across. No. Hits the top of the net. Falls back on Nicholas' side. 19-8. Brooke Phelps back in along with Kylie Hudgens and Lexi Schweitzer on the front line. Jessica Florence, Madison Reniker, and Jenna Pope on the back. Tolliver digs it out to Sidney Carpenter. Carpenter to Schweitzer. Across the net we go. Florence with a dig. This back to Pope. Pope sits up Phelps. Phelps gets it across. It'll fall in front of Carpenter, makes it 20-8. Jessica Florence will take a look at the bench, gets a sign from the Harrison County bench of what to do with the ball, and the senior comes up with the serve. Plank gets a hand on it, and that's all she's going to do. It'll go out of bounds as Carpenter and Tolliver go flying into the wall after it. 21-8. Harrison County's trying to remain perfect in the district and the region. Back across we go. Tolliver there dig out to Carpenter. Early line across the net we go. Pope to Schweitzer, goes for the kill. Carpenter digs. Tolliver. It's back to Katie Schweitzer. This time back to Florence. Florence to Jenna Pope. Pope sits up. Phelps, who gets the fall. As early line and Plank both hit the floor, and neither one able to put a hand on it. 22-8. Phillies with the lead over Nicholas County. Jessica Florence gets ready to serve. The senior comes back across. This time Tolliver with a dig. This goes. A couple of Nicholas County collide, but they're able to keep it alive as Plank gets it across the net. As she does, Hudgens and Reniker both go flying out of bounds, but the ball goes out as well. 22-9. Nicholas with the point in the ball. Davenport gets ready to serve. Mackenzie Davenport. Actually, I think I did that again. That's Callie Earlywine. Earlywine gets ready to serve. Gets it up and flies into the net, and Phillies go up 22-9. That was Earlywine serving. Tolliver has a seat as Sydney Carpenter comes back in. Emma Reniker checking back in for Hudgens for Harrison County. So both Emma and Madison both out there at the moment. Ball put back into play. Plank goes for the kill. She'll get it to foul right in front of Florence and makes it 23-10. Plank will get ready to serve for Nicholas County. There we go. Schweitzer and Ball also out there for Nicholas with Hurst on the front line. Harrison County will see Emma Reniker. Gets it back across to Jenna Pope, who gets it across the net. Plank keeps it alive by hitting the floor. Schweitzer gets tangled up, is able to keep it alive. Phelps returns back to Katie. Katie Schweitzer to Carpenter, and a fall in just this side of the back line. Makes it 23-11. You could have not placed that ball much better back there for Nicholas County. Early Warren, Carpenter, and Plank in the back line for Nicholas. Plank gets ready for the serve. It'll get across the net. It falls amongst about three Phillies and makes it 23-12. Nicholas County not done yet. The Phillies on the verge of trying to take this match. We need a couple of more points. The junior with a couple of dribbles and comes across with it. Reniker will dig it out. That's Madison back to Emma. Tip over by Pope, and officials say, I believe, call was against Harrison County. I'm not sure exactly what the call was, but makes it 23-13. Whatever it was, Harrison County didn't care for it. Nicholas County still alive as Plank gets ready to serve. And barely gets it across the net. It did not look like it was going. It basically, at the top of the net, it crawled over and makes it 23-14. So Plank trying to bring her Lady Jackets back. Couple of more dribbles, and across we go. Harrison County digs it out, back across the net, and just like that, as it comes across, Hurst will try to play it and hits it twice, and makes it 24-14. Lexi Schweitzer gets ready to serve for match point. Jesse Schweitzer trying to come in for Plank. Not Jesse Schweitzer, her name's Carpenter. Jesse Carpenter trying to come back in for Megan Plank as soon as the official gets everything marked. Harrison County will see Madison Reniker getting ready to have a seat. Is Marissa Taylor coming back in for the Phillies. So official writing everything down. Carpenter now in. Taylor now in. Phillies up 24-14, trying to go for match point here. They won the first two sets. Back across we go. Carpenter with the play. Continuing to play. Ball gets it back across the net. Schweitzer digs it out. Finds Madison Reniker. Actually, it's Emma Reniker. Gets it back in. Early one. And the ball will fall in. Nicely played that time by Nicholas County. That's Leah Hurst who gets the ball to fall in. Makes it 24-15. Katie Schweitzer gets ready to serve. Philly still up by 9. Katie with a couple of dribbles. Across we go. Jessica Florence with the dig. Out of bounds it'll go. 24-16. What was a 10-point lead is now down to 8. Schweitzer will take a look. Gets ready to sign and comes across with it. Florence digs it out. It's to Emma Reniker. Pope with a tip. Hurst. Carpenter returns. Back to Florence. Florence to Emma. Emma Reniker this time to Mullins. Gets it across. Actually, it's Phelps. Nicholas County's able to return. Florence gets a hand on it, the ball, and Jessica both go out of bounds. 24-18. 17? 24-17. Harrison County still with the lead, but Nicholas County not done. Katie Schweitzer across. Jessica Florence digs it out. Emma Reniker back across the net we go. Tolliver back to Carpenter. Florence. Florence to Emma Reniker. To Taylor. Carpenter. Carpenter to early one. Early one Tolliver. Tolliver Florence. Florence Emma Reniker. Pope with the kill. Too far from the net. 24-18. What was a 10-point lead is now down to 6. Katie Schweitzer still trying to bring her Lady Jackets back. So they're walking the wire. Back across we go. Stefani now in the game. Hannah will get the ball back into play. Taylor across the net. The ball falls in. Harrison County wins. 25-18 was the final here in the third set. 25-18. Phillies win 3-0. They sweep Nicholas County this regular season play. They won the last one 3-0 as well. They win this one 3-0 here this evening. Wow. At times it was looking a little shaky. I realized it was an 7 or 8 point lead, but Nicholas County just kept coming. The Phillies did win the JV matchup earlier tonight as well, so a big night for Harrison County here at the Hilltop. Your final, 25-13 in the first set. Harrison County taking it. They took the second set, 25-17. Took the third and final set, 25-18 here this evening. Taking a real quick look, Nicholas County, as we mentioned, looking at their schedule. They're back in action no, it's not tomorrow night. It's Wednesday night. Wednesday night over Nicholas County. In the 29th, they've got Pendleton County. And then on the 30th, Robinson County. So they got huge district matchup right now. They'll go to 8-10 on the year, 3-9 in the region, 1-3 as far as district play goes. Harrison County, as we mentioned after tonight, they're back in action this week. They're back at the Hilltop tomorrow night with Bracken County at 7:15. We will not be here for that one. We're back on the air next week. They then on Thursday night make the trip to Montgomery County as the top two teams in the region will play. As we mentioned, Montgomery County on the year at 19-7. Harrison County at 16-7. Montgomery 8-2 going into play tonight in the region, 4-0 in district. Harrison County after tonight's win goes 13-0 in the region and 5-0 in district play. Phillies also hosting the Phillies Fall Fling this Saturday here at the Hilltop. So a very busy week for the Phillies. Our next match, the Harrison County Volleyball Match of the Week, will be a week from tomorrow, October the 3rd, on that Tuesday night as Campbell County comes calling. The Camels will be in. It's a 7:30 start time. We'll be back here on the radio side of things on the YouTube page a week from tomorrow on Tuesday. We need to say, of course, a big thank you to all the folks allowing us to be with you, including Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. They have brought you each and every match of the week as they continue throughout on our run back towards the state tournament. Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. You can check them out on Facebook. Give them a call at 621-3705, 621-3705. Keith's Auto Repair and KAR Towing. We thank Keith Pope and his staff for allowing us to have our Harrison County Volleyball Match of the Week. Thank Trent Harris back on the board, doing a great job as always. And we thank you most of all for spending a little bit of your Monday night along with me here at the Hilltop here this evening. Your score one more time. Harrison County takes the first set 25-13, the second set 25-17, the third set 25-18. They win 3-0 here tonight to run their record to 16-7 on the year. Well, until next Tuesday night, we'll say, don't forget, Harrison County football on Friday night. We'll say good evening, everyone.